Good morning. So I am going to be talking about David Neeleman. He is the founder of JetBlue Airways, and he is a person living with ADD. He reflects on his life and talks about how in school he had difficulties maintaining focus, finishing assignments, and this would often lead him to have to stay in for recess or, be kind of quote unquote seen as, not trying very hard. One assignment that he reflects on is that on his ACT test, he just put C for every answer, and his counselor said to him, if you had just tried a little bit harder, you probably would have done 30% better. David actually embraces his ADD, and he finds that it is something that has provided him with the energy and ability to take risks that have made him successful in the business world. He does not take medication because he is afraid that if he takes medication, it will stifle his personality and who he is as a person. So he is quoted as saying, and I thought this quote was really interesting, that I have an easier time planning a 20 aircraft fleet than I do paying a light bill. So, he recognizes his strengths and weaknesses with living with ADD. He is lucky enough that he can afford assistants that can maintain his calendar, keep him organized, his day planned out. However, he does note that if it weren't for those interventions and skills, and he has to really, really work hard at keeping himself organized. And if he didn't do so, he might not be as successful as he is today. Um, he also reflects that his parents saw him as an individual, so they didn't stifle him when he was younger, even though teachers, had their concerns. Um, you know, he did talk a little bit more. He also talked about how um, he feels it's a trade-off, being a procrastinator, somebody who's unable to focus the way maybe a typical person can, is a trade-off for having the energy, the creativity, and the ability to take risks that he did in making, being a successful entrepreneur with JetBlue Airways. So he certainly doesn't feel that it has negatively impacted his life. And he feels proud to talk about how, who he is and how it has helped him in his career and with being successful.